Hey, you guys, welcome in to Divine Golden Master, okay? Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Divine, and let's jump right in, okay? So, this video is going to be about your ego and pride when it comes to your spiritual journey and really just this journey that we call life, okay? First and foremost, you want to ask yourself, okay, well, what is pride? What is your ego? Okay, look at the definition so you can get a clear understanding of what it is, because what I've noticed a lot too is that a lot of people say ego death, ego death, ego death, but it's not necessarily so much of a death, but more so of a transformation that needs to take place when it comes to your ego, okay? So, ego is a person's sense of self esteem, or pride is a person's sense. Oh, I just bit my tongue, y'all. A person's sense of self esteem or self importance. Okay, so let's pause right there. A person's sense of self esteem and self importance, we don't want to kill that, right? We want to transform it. So, most times when people are wanting to kill their ego or wanting to um, being prideful and things like that, it's not so much that you are needing to kill it, because what do we know about energy? Okay, energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. So this is really where the basis of this concept that I'm giving you is coming from, because killing something and transforming something is very, very different. And this is again another form of alchemy, because you're transmuting something, okay? That maybe you may be super in your ego, and it may be you know, clouded, where you transform it into a way of, I'm loving myself. I have a healthy ego, but I'm not projecting this onto other people where they may feel like they're lacking or whatever the case may be. All right, unless they have some type of going on with themselves, right? I'm not just projecting that I'm better than people and I'm just the best type of thing. Um, now, when I looked at the philosophy of pride, it says a conscious thinking subject. Okay, so pride comes with something that's conscious, okay? Having pride in oneself is conscious. A lot of times, we're taught to have pride in sports and have pride in different things, like pride in our country and all this other stuff, but we're really needing to have pride within ourselves, okay? Having a sense of belonging within yourself, having a conscious thinking, feeling about yourself. How do you feel about yourself? What kind of pride do you hold for yourself? Um, Next it said a responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity. Okay, so I feel like, in my opinion, as you change and as you go through your spiritual journey and you evolve, it definitely is something that needs to be nurtured. The pride and the ego need to be nurtured and correctly cultivated, so that you can be able to reflect the identity that you found within yourself in your pride and ego as well. And I definitely feel like if it is something that's overlooked, then it can be something that makes you need to be put into balance. Just like when they say, oh, you can't have too much light energy, because it's a need for balance. You need your masculine and your feminine energy, light and dark. You need both. Okay. And when we just ignore the ego, when we kill it, and we act like it doesn't exist, sometimes that can bring about more problems down the line, most times, because you haven't really radically accepted that and understood it, right? Because a lot of times your ego and your pride comes from different situations that you experience, and like it says here, that you build your self identity on. So as you change your self identity and who you are and who you show up in this world as, your ego and the way you show pride must transform as well. Okay, so we're not killing it, we're transforming it. Okay, and creating whatever it is that you want to however it is that you want it to show up for you. Um, Confidence plays a part. Okay, so let me go back, y'all. So that was the definition for ego. Excuse me, but pride is a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements within whom one is closely associated. And it has a lot to do with self esteem. Okay, so it's very important that, and it could also, if you just kill your ego, you just kill your pride, you may not be able to create. You may not be able to show up in this world and be a creative person. And we're all here to create in some type of way, okay? Whether it be through music, whether it be through art, whether it be through the job that you have, whether it be through you, maybe you're an influencer, or how you just live your life, okay? We're all needing to be able to create. So once you could tap into also to that feeling of deep pleasure, okay, and that feeling of what gives you pleasure, looking in yourself to see like, okay, well, what do I identify with? What brings me pleasure? What brings me this happiness, this feeling of satisfaction, this feeling of achievement, okay? And also too, what boosts my self-esteem, okay? That could also play a big part as well in how you go about your confidence and your pride and your ego. Let me drink some of my coffee, y'all. Hold on. Now, when we go to confidence, now this is why it's very important too that you are building your own self confidence, okay? Because it's so often that us as human beings, we're always taught to give outside of ourselves and to always do for others and be there for others and show up for others. But when are you going to show up for yourself? When are you going to pour that into you? Okay. So every morning, and this is my tip to you. Okay. This is my advice. And if you at least do this just one time a day, it will make a lasting change. Okay. But I want you to do it at the nighttime and the morning time. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be at the nighttime and the morning time, but whenever you start your day and whenever you end your day, okay? And after a while, it will just become routine, and you'll also start to do it throughout your day. But when you start your day, I want you to go ahead and go in the mirror, hold your hand on your heart, and look yourself in the mirror and say some affirmations to boost your confidence. And if they may not naturally flow in the beginning, and that's okay, and you may even feel uncomfortable looking at yourself in the beginning saying these things, you may feel like, okay, well, it may feel funny or it may feel silly, but you'll feel it. Like even after the first time, you're gonna feel like, wow, like what is it? What is the trick about putting the head on the heart? And what is this? But it makes a tremendous, tremendous change. And if you have the discipline to be on yourself about it and make it very much vital, just like you are boosting your kids' confidence, or you're boosting your spouse's confidence, or you're boosting your friend's confidence. Make it very vital and important that you do that same thing for yourself every day. And if you're somebody who like, oh, I don't have time for that, self-care is very important as well when it comes to pride and ego. So you need to make time for yourself. You need to make time for yourself when you're getting ready, especially even if it's just getting ready and starting your day at least. And then maybe when you're ending your day, you say it in the car, or even just saying it in the car on the way home from wherever you're going. But starting your day like this will push you into success, and this will help you to also utilize pride and ego in a supportive way on your journey that will really help you. And it also will evolve your confidence and also to put you in more of a abundant state of mind. And if you're more in an abundant state of mind, then you are attracting more abundant things into your life and more abundant experiences, abundant people. Okay. So this is my short video about pride and ego and a little breakdown so you could get a better understanding, because I feel like throughout the community, so many times it's the ego death, but it's more so of the transformation of the ego that needs to happen. And especially like with me, when I went on my big shrooms trip and I had an ego transformation, like it literally felt like I had an ego death, and it lay, and my ego and my pride lay dormant for a while, and I had to wake it back up. Okay, so don't be like me, right? Even if you do have the death, immediately start to rebuild it and boost it and change it and transform it. But don't let it just lay dormant to where you're not having enough pride in yourself, or you don't have enough ego to support yourself, to give yourself that feeling of self-esteem, self-worth, self-importance. Okay? So I love you guys. Love yourself. I will see you guys in the next one. If this was helpful, go ahead and check that description box down below. Go ahead and add my other channel, Divine Golden Intuitions, or like this video and send an energetic donation by liking or subscribing to the channel or commenting. If you want to sow a seed to the channel as well, my PayPal and Cash App will also be down below. And yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, y'all.